my team closed 588 new clients and brought in roughly $2 million in new cash collected over the last year or so. And they did it without the requirement for my business partner or I to have to be on any sales calls or onboarding calls. Now, we did hop on a few to keep the sword sharp and to have some fun, but the point stands nonetheless. To make this all possible, we built a simple qualification, sales, and onboarding process that pretty much any business owner could copy and implement into their business today to 1, generate more qualified, ready-to-buy appointments, 2, reduce repetition in the sales process and spend more time closing so you can close more deals on first calls, 3, close more deals on first calls, and 4, entirely onboard clients with a click of a button so that you can eliminate your buyer's remorse, maximize customer satisfaction, and get straight to work. Now I'm going to cover all of this in this video, so buckle up and full screen this thing because unfortunately, if you can't sit through this simple video, there's really not much I can do to help you to sign another 588 clients in the next 12 months. Starting off with some proof so that you can know and trust the things that I'm saying. I actually went over this exact statement in a previous video. I broke down every single dollar we spent of the $234,003.22. You can watch that on my channel. Over here, we have our PandaDoc screenshot of 588 completed contracts. And with that out of the way, let's hop into this. So we generate leads from 2 different sources, right? Number 1, organic. Number 2 is paid. We do a combination of Meta and Google. Transparently, we spend most of our ad budget on Meta for the time being. Google, we're just slowly scaling up. From here, leads will come into a Stonewall book a call opt-in page. So here we'll just be collecting name, email, phone with a big fat offer on that page. Once we've collected their name, email, and phone, they'll be heading over to a VSL page with a qualification form. Now, this is typically where we'll see a drop-off between people who don't want to book a call or don't complete the VSL and don't end up filling out that qualification form. If they do fill out the qualification form, it's a simple 3 or 4 step form that will automatically bucket those leads into different qualification groups. So we rank our leads on a score of 1 to 4, and based on that score, we'll have different nurture indoctrination sequences for them. Now, 4 would be the worst lead. We actually move those immediately into a disqualification page, basically just saying, hey, check back when you are qualified to work with us. We can't really help you right now. And then we send them some free resources to make sure that they're able to be nurtured and eventually buy from us in the future. Now, if they are qualified, we send them to a thank you and next steps page. On this page, we cover what you'd expect to receive from us on your sales call, when you'd expect to receive a dial from one of our setters, and also some more case studies, examples, and things to prepare for when you do hop on that call. Now, let's say they end up on the VSL page and they don't fill out the qualification form and end up booking a call for themselves. Well, from here, they go to a nurture indoctrination sequence. We do have their name, email, and phone, so they'll start to receive some SMS, also some emails from our team, and eventually some dials from our setting team. So we dial both our book a call leads and the leads that we get opt-ins from. Now, it depends on which kind of lead you're dialing in terms of how you handle them on the phone. They're relatively similar scripts. It's just how we open those scripts and deliver on the promises we provide in the marketing on the front end. So we'll start with the setting cadence. Basically what we do, and if you don't know how to do this and you want more detail on how to maximize your pickup rates and also your show rates, I do have another video on this channel talking about how you can double your show rates where we cover this. But basically what you're gonna wanna do is send a quick message on your CRM first through your dialer and SMS manager. Basically just say, hey, name, this is Noah from company, just calling to make sure you received all the resources that we sent over, or whatever promise you're making on that Stonewall page when you collect their information, right? Once you do that, then you dial. And the reason why we do this is because your name will appear as maybe Noah from Catalyst, maybe Noah from whatever company you're at. It'll help you increase your pickup rates, help build trust. Once you've done that double dial in the CRM and they don't pick up, if they don't, then repeat the process either on iMessage or ideally WhatsApp. Most people do use WhatsApp. If it doesn't work there, you can take it one step further as well and head into Instagram. Now, if that doesn't work, totally fine. We're basically going to move them into a no pickup pipeline stage and just keep dialing them for the next 3 to 5 days. If they don't pick up, we can forget about them and move on to hotter opportunities. Now, if they do book a call, we're going to move into this triage workflow. The triage workflow is, as I mentioned, pretty much the same, but there's 2 potential outcomes from this, right? Same thing for the setting call. They're either going to pick up the phone, triage, be qualified, or be set and confirmed, which is where we'll end up right here, right? Let's change this color to red so it's a little bit more visible. We'll end up right here. Now, if they don't pick up in that setting call cadence or the triage cadence, which by the way is the exact same as a setting call, double dial on the CRM and WhatsApp after you've sent the messages. Then we're going to move over to what happens with our unconfirmed appointments. I'm going to erase these quickly and then we can move over. So for unconfirmed appointments, we do all of our appointment management on our calendars. And the reason why this is so important is because really what stands in the way of having really great sales talent on your team is most of the time just OTE. How do you maximize OTE? Well, you got to make sure that you have the most opportunities showing up that are qualified on calls so that you can make sure we can close those deals as a closer. So to maximize OTE and also your efficiency per head, reduce your operational complexity of having to manage a bunch of people at the same time, what you're going to want to do is copy this system to a T. I won't take credit for this. This is actually from Josh Lyons. It's worked immensely well for our team since we've implemented it. But this will help you to maximize the opportunities on your calendar. So you can see here we have 1 hour blocks, 45 meetings with 15-minute buffers in between. This is one of our closers calendars actually for tomorrow and the following day, pretty booked up. Now the gray appointments, let's pull this pen back out. The gray appointments are just self-book calls. So these are calls that booked onto this calendar that haven't been attempted to be triaged and definitely haven't been confirmed. The green appointments are appointments that have been confirmed. And then we also have blue appointments, which are for follow-ups. And there's 2 other appointment colors that you don't see in this calendar. Okay. So those appointment colors are as follows. You're going to have gray for new bookings. You're going to have orange for the call confirmation. So this will be after you send the double dials and the messages on your CRM and WhatsApp. Then you're going to wait for a couple hours, maybe reach out a couple more times. If they don't pick up, they don't confirm their call, then we're going to change it to red. Keep in mind, this is only for self-bookings, right? If you're doing sets and triages, you're basically just going to go straight to the green because you've already spoken to them. The odds of them showing are much higher, and you know for a fact that they're qualified. Now, the key thing with these calendar stages here that's going to make us maximize our opportunities is actually something that you'll see playing out over here. We actually have not 1, not 2, but actually 3 appointments booked in the exact same 1 hour slot. Why is that happening? Well, the reason why is because on Google Calendar, you actually have an option to hop into, like if you click on this specific meeting, you can hop in there and change the meeting availability from busy to free. And what that will do on your booking calendar, whether you're going through High Level or Calendly or some other calendar software, is basically just open the slot up for somebody else to book. This will make sure that you have a lower cost per qualified book call because more slots will be open. And it'll also make sure that we can guarantee that an appointment shows on this slot for the closer, as opposed to, let's say we have 1 unconfirmed appointment and show rates on unconfirmed appointments are probably 30 to 20%. There's only a 30 to 20% chance that this slot is actually used. But if we have 3 appointments and we have a 30% chance on unconfirmed appointments, well, what does that mean? That means that we have likely close to or greater than 100% chance that at least one of them shows. But no, what happens if 2 show? Well, take one yourself if you're a founder, or if you have multiple people in the sales team, just get other people to pick ones up that have slots that didn't show or aren't booked. So again, gray for new appointments, these will be marked as busy. Orange for confirmations that we tried to send out, again, will be marked as busy. Red, if they haven't confirmed after a couple hours, change that to free. And then green for confirmed and triaged opportunities. And for this one, it's up to you. Keep it subjective. We want to make sure we can basically guarantee every slot's booked, but you can choose if this is busy or free. You can see our team here has 3 confirmed calls for tomorrow, and each one of them was left open as free because we weren't 100% sure they were going to show up. All right, so that's the calendar workflow. You can probably find a nice detailed video on Josh Lyons' YouTube channel about that, but it's worked well for us. We are now typically taking 5 to 6 showed calls per day per closer on how many slots is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. So we're basically getting all the slots showed, which is great. Once we have this all done, right, we're going to move on to our triage or confirmed appointment workflow. Now, I do have another video on this, basically talking about how we can maximize our handoffs. The majority of deals are lost in the handoffs, both between our sales team members, whether that be setter and closer, or SDR, BDR, and AE, or our sales team and our delivery team. Now, to make sure that we can limit this, there's 2 different automations and 2 different AI workflows that I'm going to show you in this video specifically, and this is the first one. So if you want to learn more about this, head back onto my channel, and there's a quick video in there basically just reviewing how we build this based on our setting transcript from a 15 to 20 minute call. But what you're going to do is you're just going to put this prompt in, and then you're going to paste the transcript below. It'll spit out something like this, and we keep this in a document on our Google Drive for both our closers, our setters, and also our delivery team to reference later through the process. Okay, so once we've done this, triage and set the appointment, we're on to the actual call. And before we get on the call, we're going to want to put a couple more steps in to make sure that it actually shows up and we can maximize that appointment slot. So in this pre-call nurture, after they've been triaged, after they've been set, or even if they're unconfirmed, what we're going to be doing is adding them into a 3-way WhatsApp group chat: the setter, the closer, and also your prospect. And if you're just a one-person sales team, yourself and the prospect. Personal messages get better responses, and show rates are highly correlated to responses on anything, whether that be email, SMS, or a phone call. In fact, within 24 hours, it's usually above 90%. So this pre-call nurture, you're going to want to send a video message. The first person that's going to send a message is the setter. They're going to say, hey, closer, this is prospect name, and this is their current situation. Super excited to have a call with you, and it's booked for tomorrow at this time. Awesome. As a closer, I'm going to record a personalized video for every single one of the WhatsApp group chats that are created. And when I do this, name and value gap are the most important thing. Hey, prospect name, this is Noah. I'm the co-founder here at Catalyst Holdings. Super excited for our call tomorrow. And on that call, we're specifically going to review X, Y, and Z and build a custom scaling roadmap for your business so that, listen, in the worst case scenario, you're still walking away with a step-by-step custom roadmap on how to scale your business and take it to that next level. Sound good? We'll see you tomorrow. After you've sent that video, respond to any messages that they might have coming back and forth, any questions that they might have. And then this is what you're going to do within the next 24 hours of their meeting. So same day of their meeting, send one more confirmation message. Hey, prospect name, just making sure that we're all good and all systems go for today. You'll usually get a response on this, and you can double down on that confirmation in your Google Calendar workflow, change it to green, and make sure that, if you don't have confirmed appointments, let's say tomorrow, this closer, Jake and Matt, don't confirm on their same day confirmation, what he can do is start doing the same thing for the following day, and then pulling these appointments forward like this, so we can guarantee a show, and then moving these appointments back so that we can give them another opportunity to confirm. This will help you guys with your show rates again on the same day, maximizing those opportunities. Once you've sent that same day message, let's say they confirm, we're going to send a 1-hour meeting reminder an hour out, just so that we're on the same page. I'm going to be hopping on in an hour with you. Are we all still good to go? Here's the meeting link. Drop the meeting link. A big reason why people don't show is because they can't remember where to find that link. So make sure they have an easy way to get it. Again, all in the WhatsApp. Next thing we're going to do, 5 minutes out of the meeting. If you can't do this, make sure you have a team member, a setter, or whatnot, get in there and do this. Send a 5-minute meeting reminder. Hey, prospect name, I'm actually sitting on the call. Here's the meeting link again. Really looking forward to chatting. This should get you your show rates well above 75, 85%. Ours are at around 88%, 85% on average for the last few months. Once we do this pre-call nurture, we're on to the live call. Now, there's a couple different outcomes here. We're going to get a no-show or canceled appointment. From here, definitely recommend you're sending this back to your setting team. Re-engage those leads, try and get them rebooked, because the fact of the matter is they were qualified, you just didn't get to speak with them. Next, showed appointments, right? And once they're showed, we're going to want to do 2 things, or maybe 3. The first is make sure that you set up your tracking for conversion events on your Facebook ad account and your Google ad account to be sending this data back. We want to be optimizing our ad accounts and having them learn from qualified showed calls. Now, the reason why I know they're qualified is because we shouldn't have calls in our calendar that are unqualified, given this qualification form up here, right? And also given our setting and triage workflow. If appointments are showing, they should be qualified. Send that back to the Pixel. Make sure that your ad accounts are learning and showing your ads to more people, like the people who are showing up to your appointments. Once they show up, we're either going to get a close or a follow-up. If we get a follow-up, right, they will potentially end up getting moved to this disqualified or not interested stage, depending on if it's a yes or a no, or they're going to become a close. Now, if they become a close, this is where things start to get fun. Because what I see a lot of people do, and they fuck up in their sales process, is, okay, cool, man, sounds like this is something we want to do. Let's book a time to do an onboarding call. And then they never show up to the onboarding call, and we've lost an opportunity to change somebody's business and their life, and also an opportunity to make some money. So to make sure we don't do this, we need to do onboarding on the call. You want to do this, it's a good idea. Let's make the decision and capitalize on it. So to do that, We have a simple one-button workflow in our CRM. It's just a custom field, right? We select the product or service that they're buying. It'll immediately send a contract to the email that they have on the CRM. And then as soon as that contract is signed, we start a couple of things. So the contract is signed. We get all their information, name, email, phone, address, credit card information, right? Because we're going to be doing rebills and auto charges. There's a few different actions here. So we'll start from the left. The first thing that's triggered, actually, you know what? Let's start from the right. The first thing that's triggered is it updates our customer database. We have a database with the hundreds of clients that we've worked with and all the information about each one of those individual clients. Everything all the way down to how many appointments we booked them, how much revenue we generated for them. And here's a good example, right? So here's a database that we have. You can see a couple of our active clients. I've blurred their names out for privacy's sake, but you can basically scroll through the hundreds of clients that we have. You can see things like how much cash they've collected for their business, some of the milestones we've achieved with them, their name, service status, their email, ending date for their channel, their actual, or for their engagement, their actual channel ID on Slack, all these good things. So you can really see everything at a blink of an eye. This is all set up automatically using data that we pull from the contract with a simple make automation. Once we update the customer database, we are sending the email that's registered on our CRM, the same one we sent the contract to, a Slack channel invite. Inside this Slack channel, we are going to, or once they join, we are going to send them an immediate action item and team introductions. So here's an example of what that looks like. This is from our head of delivery, basically sending a message to a client that we actually closed today saying, hey, welcome, here's your next steps, schedule your kickoff call here, review our journey map, set your expectations for what we do done for you and what you need to do to get great results here. Introduce yourself to the team. They'll be sending messages below and then gets access to our scaling roadmap here so that you can get the ball rolling, right? There's a kickoff call agenda for what they can expect when they hop on the call, and then also setting an expectation on where to contact if they have any questions. This message is sent immediately as soon as they join the channel, and it's personalized because we grab this information from the contract. Here's the best part about it. Within the first few minutes of them joining a channel, there's a little bit of a delay on this, but it's completely automation, and they're all personalized. Right? We have the setter here, right? Great to have you part of the team. Mitch tags him. We have our head of outbound here, Josh. Mitch, welcome to the team. Right? I'll be spearheading your cold email system. Xander, we have our head of paid media. Hey, Mitch, right? And also Daniel, our sales consultant. Welcome. Tagging him in every single message. These are not manually written because our delivery team is working their ass off to get results for the clients that we do work with. And so this can be done, again, by pulling information from that contract in a simple make automation. Once we've sent out this immediate action items with our team introductions, we're on to the kickoff call. And guess who books the kickoff call? The client does, with the instructions that we have here in the Slack channel. So as a closer, you don't have to update the database. You don't have to invite them to the Slack channel. All you have to do is make sure they can join it properly by clicking the link in their email. And then they can you explain to them quickly what to do on with this message and how to book their call. Once the contract is signed, a couple more of the actions we have, we send an onboarding email, just a couple expectation setting things, and also some other links to our course that we have for free and our Inner Circle community. We also send them a payment link so that we can take care of that on the call, which is also based on contract information. And then last but not least, and probably the single most important thing, as I mentioned, there's two systems that we use and leverage AI for to maximize our handoffs. This is the handoff that we have between our delivery team and our sales team, right? 50% of customers or more will be frustrated if they feel like they have to repeat themselves throughout your sales and onboarding process. So how do we make sure we account for this? Well, we record all of our calls on Fathom, and as soon as the call is done, we have that contract search our Fathom database based on the email and the name on the contract, immediately pulls the transcript, feeds it into an AI prompt, and then spits it out in this beautiful Slack message that gives our delivery team all the context they need for the client. Gives us a quick summary of their situation, their current situation, the targets they have in their business, their goals, and their revenue. And if they need any more information, it also links that Fathom call in the message for them as well. And that takes us to the very end, which is our kickoff. From there, we're handing it off and we're doing a full done for you service as an agency that we are. If you made it to this point in the video, hopefully I provided you some value. If you have questions about the things that we covered in this video, about life in general, drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Remember, the only reason why I make these videos is so that you can learn from the mistakes that we're making, avoid them yourself, and also copy the things that are working so that you can achieve your goals, dreams, and aspirations faster than I did. And I'll see you in the next one.